Hey everybody, Creation Divine here. So I have some cool stuff to show you. I just want to start off by thank you everybody for joining my video again and watching it and liking and subscribing. I believe this video is meant for you when you find it. This video is going to be timeless, and I believe too that there is no such thing as coincidence. If you're not an open-minded person and you're not, too sure about crystals or connecting to your higher self and stuff, if you're not interested in it, then you don't have to watch this. But if you're interested and kind of curious, go right on ahead and watch this video. So the other day, I was doing a video. Let's see here if I can hop on here and get the title for you. Let's see. I have to cut the video off, the frequency off for just a second so I can find it. Speaking about crystals, that's the title of the video. It is pretty much me going over the fact that I've run across a person that wasn't so much agreeing upon.
Why is everybody putting up with ads like it's 2010?
Oh my goodness.
Like it's 2025, guys. Just use Prime. This Chrome extension takes 5 seconds to set up and it blocks ads.
There, ads done. I hate it when ads pop up. Okay, so pretty much what it was is I ran across somebody who just didn't really agree upon the crystals having healing, and like they didn't think there was no energy connected, they didn't think any of this, any of that. Well, I told this person, I was like, listen, God made nature, so these crystals and rocks, I mean, they are something he created. It's not like somebody trying to rewrite the Bible, right? Or trying to add things to the Bible, right? This is something that God has created and has had here since we've even existed. And so it's something that I tried to explain to this person and told this person, hey, look at it this way. Okay, you've got earth and trees and plants and water, and all this has energy, right? So why wouldn't crystals or rocks? When something has energy, step back for a minute. We have energy. Animals have energy. Anything living on earth has energy, right? And vibrations. We all live off vibrations. Some people say we run off electricity. Electricity and energy are the same thing, sorry. So I just want to break that down. And, this person ended up sharing with me, hey, I found something. I found a paper, and it's from pretty much the Bible. Like, it's from the Bible, stating that it mentions things about stones. Well, back then, what did they call them? They probably called them stones, right? They probably didn't think about calling them crystals or any of that, because all honesty, us now, we probably were the ones who came up with the name crystals for them, right? We do have rocks, right? We have rocks, we have stones, we have crystals. But back then, people probably didn't even think of the name crystals. Let's see here. It's called Listen to the Stones. Now, before I say anything, this person that I talked to about the disagreement, I don't have anything against this person. This person is really sweet, really nice. This person just has different perspectives, and that's okay. We can all have different perspectives and still get along and love each other as humans, okay? We can all still agree to disagree, no matter what, because really we're all here as humans. We're all here to love each other. But the only thing is, I guess the reason why it can be offensive when somebody says that crystals or rocks or anything doesn't have any purpose, it's frustrating for us spiritual people who who do know that they do have something to them. And it can be frustrating because, we put all of our time and work into this, and when one person says that to you, it just tends to kind of, get to you. But this is what this person had shown me. I'm just going to briefly show it, and I'm going to read it to you. Actually, it might be better if I switch the camera. Listen to the stones. This one. Okay. This is what I'm going to read. Okay. Listen to the stones. This is like a storyline, okay? After our family held a Riverside memorial service for my father, we each selected a stone to help us remember him. His life had been a checkerboard of wins and loses, but we knew his heart had been for us. My fingers traced my stone's smooth surface and helped me remember to hold him close. So already it's getting into the simple fact that it's confirmed already that crystals, stones, rocks, whatever you want to call them, can give us comfort. What does that tell you? Energy, right? In Luke 19, Jesus made his triumphal entry to Jerusalem while the crowds waved palm branches, shouted hosannas, and cheered, Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord. And the Pharisees, sorry, I can't read sometimes, and it's not because I'm dumb, I promise. I just don't got time for this fancy words. Disdain of what they perceived to be a blasphemous claim of messiahship, they ordered Jesus to tell the disciples to be quiet. Jesus replied, if they kept quiet, the stones will cry out. Already telling you right there, crystals, stones, whatever you want to call them, have a connection, have an energy, have a connection, right? The stones do cry out in many ways. Guys, did you hear that? God has used stones throughout the story of his love for us. Remember in my videos I told you that crystals have a way of connecting through God and allowing God to connect through people who have gifts of connecting with crystals, right? This is how I'm able to help give you guys messages from your guides, your Holy Spirit, I guess is what you would call it too. I mean, guides, Holy Spirit, spirit guides, they're all the same thing. People just have different names and perspectives because it makes them feel better naming it a certain way. 2 rough-hewn stones carried in 10 chiseled commandments to tell us how to live. Stones of remembrance piled by the Jordan River in the middle of the river reminded generations of Israelites of God's provision and faithfulness. The one rolled into place to contain Jesus' body is the same one rolled away to show he had risen. We hear this stone as it reminds us of Jesus' words, I am the resurrection. Oh my gosh. I am the resurrection and the life. Listen to the stones and lift your own voice along with them in praise of our loving Father. You don't want to believe me? I'm showing you right here. This is what was handed to me by this person that did not fully agree upon it. At first, what I had to say about crystals having energy and having ways of connecting with you to get your answers. And this person handed this to me. Gosh, I can't even talk. This person handed this to me. Told me. It's crazy because right the day after we talked about this, I found this paper. And it's crazy. It's crazy because I feel like I kind of helped this person a little bit realize, listen, crystals don't have a bad side to them like people think. Shame on the ones who do use crystals as bad things, though, because God wouldn't want you to do that. Crystals are supposed to be a pure way of connecting to your higher self and God. It isn't supposed to be there to harm people. So if you have any ideas of using crystals for bad things, please stop, because that's not what God put them on earth for. He gave them to us on earth to connect with and to have comfort and to have help. Crystals have different minerals in them, guys. They all do different things. Why do you think crystals have different minerals? Because God made them to where they could help us with different types of things, different types of tasks, and all that. It's okay to meditate with them. It's okay to do manifestations with them. It's okay to pray to God with them. He's not going to be mad at you. And this person and I were talking today about how God loves sinners, and He does, because He wants us to eventually reach out to Him and get His help. And it's true. And I am sorry to any of those I could have offended over my videos by correcting people, by trying to force religion on people. It's not me trying to be rude. I have just met so many people in my lifetime at a young age that has came up to me, and we have became friends, and we have talked, and I would ask them, hey, what do you do for, what are your beliefs? And they'll say, well, we believe in God, but we don't go to church. I'd be like, well, why not? What's the reason? It wouldn't be a direct answer like that. Sometimes they would just, you know what I mean. It wasn't me questioning them right off the bat. It was just kind of like a gradual conversation happening. And I'm telling you, 70 to 80% of the people that's told me the reason why they don't go to church is because either A, grandparents or parents could have been would have been really forceful and abusive about getting them to church. I know some people that I personally saw gets violent with their kids if they don't go to church. And God wouldn't want that either. God would want everybody to be loving and understanding and caring. And then the second reason is because they're confused or lost. And the way to approach people who are scared of going to church or to read the Bible or any of that, it doesn't make them less of a person. You can't force somebody to do something like that. You can't force somebody. If they already believe in God and have God in their heart, that's what matters. But you can't help their triggers. If they're triggered to go to church, or if they're triggered not to read the Bible, there's probably a really good reason behind it. It doesn't mean they're brats. It doesn't mean that they're, I guess the best way to explain it, it's important to take your kids to church, right? But you're supposed to make it a positive thing. You're supposed to make it like a positive experience for your kids to go to church. You gotta say, oh, hey, we're going to church so you can make new friends and so we can learn more about the Lord, right? It's supposed to be a positive thing. And if your kid isn't wanting to go, maybe something made them uncomfortable. Maybe they're bored at church. Maybe there's something up. And so you need to really sit down with them and conversate with them. Be like, hey, what's up? Why don't you want to go? What happened? What's making you uncomfortable? And they express that to you. Maybe there's a way you can talk to your preacher or bishop or whoever it may be at your church and be like, hey, my son or daughter is not comfortable here. This is making them uncomfortable. This is, don't pin your kids into something that they're uncomfortable with, because if they're uncomfortable with something, it's telling you that they're sensing something and picking up something that you are not. Somebody could have made them really uncomfortable in church and they're too scared to call them out on it to you. There could be many reasons, but don't be mad at your kid because they're learning. You gotta try to do positive reinforcement with them, because my parents weren't ever like mean to me or anything about going to church or anything. I always kind of liked going as a kid. So my parents, they weren't ever mean. No, they weren't ever mean, but I remember other people's kids getting treated badly. My parents would be like, yeah, you better go to church because it's important. And I'd be like, yeah, you're right, because nobody there made me uncomfortable. Maybe one person did, and actually later on found out that person that I was uncomfortable with was, not a good person. And not gonna get into that one, but it didn't stop me from going to church. So my husband, the reason why he doesn't like going, and it's not because he don't believe in God or anything, it's just because he was kind of torn between things a lot growing up, between parents and grandparents, and so that's kind of one of the reasons. I'm not going deeper into that conversation, but it's just, I guess the point I'm trying to make is certain people just can't do it mentally. They just can't do it because if they ever had bad experiences, they've been torn between people, they've been, it really does, it messes you up for your future sometimes. And I wasn't trying. So if I have ever offended anybody, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be that way. But as a parent, I've learned, and as a kid, when I was a kid, I learned that, I guess I just learned that forcing your kid to do something they're uncomfortable with, there's a reason, and you need to really look into it before you start getting after them. It could be something, if it's something like silly, like just because they just don't want to, you would be able to tell. But if it's something, if they're like crying and saying, hey, listen, I really don't want to go, it's time for you to sit down and talk to your kid calmly and be like, okay, what's going on? Because guys, this world is scary. Okay, you can't trust anybody no matter where you are. It doesn't matter what church you go to, it doesn't matter what you do, you cannot trust people. Okay? It's your job as a parent to make sure your kid is okay. It's your job to see what could be making your kid uncomfortable. Because like I said, this world's scary. I get people pressuring me about why I homeschool my kids, because this world is scary. You can't trust anybody. I don't care who you are. You can't trust anybody. It's a scary world, and I'm not saying that everything is horrible and scary and spooky or like the world's coming to an end. I'm not saying that. But if you really pay attention to all the human trafficking and creeps out there, and if you haven't noticed that, you really need to pay attention, because when your intuition's telling you, hey, it's probably best to, keep your kids at home for a minute and work with them one-on-one before you even think about sending them anywhere else. It's always good if you move to a different area. It's always good to get to know that area first before you throw your kids in school, because you don't know. And even if you do know that area very well and you're raised up in it, subjects do change. Like, things do change, and you never know when that next creepy person is going to be moving into the neighborhood. So you just got to be careful. You got to really, really talk to yourself and your spouse and whoever it may be, and really decide what the right or wrong thing is. And if it's not working for you, don't second guess yourself. If you have a strong feeling, hey, my kid needs to come home and we need to do one-on-one time and to keep them safe, do it. Follow your gut. Don't mess up, because there's a reason why you're having that issue. It's because something's telling you something. And rather you want to call it your Holy Ghost, rather you want to call it your spirit guide, rather you want to call it your guides, it's the same dang thing, just a different name. And, that's when you really need to be paying attention. So I just needed to go on that rant. So anyway, moving forward, it's pretty cool, that story I read you guys about the crystals. I call them crystals no matter what. This is what I call them. So that's what I've got for that. Now I wanted to do a little bit of messages for some people, because I have that feeling that there's some people who's looking forward to some messages tonight. So let's get started. Okay guys, we have Blue Sapphire tonight. Named him Charles. Let's see here. Spiritual meaning is enlightenment, protection, and inner strength. So whoever this may be that my crystal is calling out for, this person is obviously needing enlightenment, protection, and inner strength, or could already be going through it, and that's awesome. It's like a healing vibration, right? It's pretty cool. Let's see here. So what I normally do, if you guys have, oh my gosh, I'm horrible with my camera tonight. If you guys have not known, I connect with my crystals, and I just want everybody to know before I start, nobody is ever more powerful than God. There may be people who think there's more than one God. If there is, they work for God. They're not going to be any more powerful than God. They may be powerful, but not as powerful as God. So to all of you who may think there is other higher beings, there may be. I'm not saying there isn't, because I believe anything is possible, but they work for God. There's nothing ever more powerful than Him. You've always got to have a leader, and you always got to have somebody more powerful, and that's only God. Like, I believe we all have gifts. I think that I think that some people do have a gift too, but they choose not to use them. So I feel like that's what makes us others stand out more, or us like us spiritual healers and all that. I feel like that's what makes us stand out more, because there's other people out there who just are not. Like, my hair's crazy. I hate it when my hair does this thingamabob. There's some people just aren't, they don't believe in that stuff, and so they never get to find their gifts, and it's really sad. But anyway, I connect with my crystals. I feel their energy and vibrations, and what I do is I hold them, I meditate with them, and then what I normally do is I get messages for you, to whomever it may be. It could be one person, two people, a group of people, a million people, who knows, okay? This cup here has papers in it, okay, that I have written down, that I have heard in my mind, in my higher self, with meditating. And what I do is I write them down on little pieces of paper. I fold them up, I throw them in the cup, because I know that when I go to do this for people, I'm going to have to draw some papers for them, and whatever I draw is the subject that we're going to talk about for that person. So that's what we're doing right now. We've got Blue Sapphire right now. We're focusing on whoever my Blue Sapphire is pretty much taking care of and healing right now. It's again enlightenment, protection, and inner strength. Okay, so what we do is I'm going to hold my crystal and meditate with it, like just kind of like breathe in and out, and then we're going to do a drawing of what what your guides are needing to tell you. So here we go. So what we do is I put my hand over top of the cup, pull the phone back, and we shake the living daylights out of it. Okay. And I don't look. See, I close my eyes. I go in and I grab a paper out. Sometimes I can grab out more than one and I won't see it. I'm going to move the cup. I'm going to open my eyes. And we've got one paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the camera. You're going to be right by the blue sapphire. I'm doing this a little differently for those who might have. Okay. This one says transformation or shifts. And that's crazy because the blue sapphire resembles enlightenment, protection, and inner strength. A transformation or shifts. So whoever you are, it sounds like you are needing to pretty much have enlightenment. So enlightenment is kind of what I'm doing right now for you. It's like a call out for you to let you know that you are very much so heard and noticed. And then protection, you, from what I'm getting, you are very protected, and you have that inner strength to know. If you don't have that inner strength to know that, pray to God, okay? God would not be putting you through transformation or shifts right now if He didn't think you were strong enough. Okay, so you do have that inner strength inside of you. You just got to trust yourself, and you got to trust in God and know that God has you. Transformation and shifts are not a bad thing. They're actually a good thing. The universe is always trying to, the universe and God. So I feel as if the universe and God work together. I believe that 100%. So the universe, I feel like, is one of those things that communicates with God. God communicates with the universe to give us what we need in our life, right? So transformation or shifts could be a good thing. So you could be in a relationship that's bad, and God sees that and He's like, no, universe, we need to change this up. It could be a job. God's probably thinking, nope, universe, we got to make this person lose this job so they can get a different one that's going to be better. Do you kind of see what I mean? So whatever you're going through, any transformation or shifts or anything, it's because God loves you and He sees that you need better for yourself. And maybe it's His way of saying, hey, you need to change some things up, because that's how God works, and that's how the universe works, is that we go through these transformations and shifts for change, to have a better life, to have a better lifestyle, to get better. Okay, on to the other one. I also want to show you the transformation and shifts. They are going back in the cup. I'm folding it up, putting it back in there. I put it back in the cup. Okay. All right. Here we go. We are going to be on to fluorite. The beautiful, beautiful fluorite. I named this one Jazzy. It's beautiful. Let's do a better look here so you can see Jazzy better. Okay. So as you can see, this is a fluorite tower. It's really cool because you can see through right there. So you can tell we got pinks, we got greens, we've got all kinds of pretty. We've got a lot of clear and yellows, and we've got some purple in there, and some red, I guess is what you'd call it, maybe orange, I'm not sure. Definitely green. So it's beautiful, beautiful fluorite. We're going to be looking up the spiritual meaning of fluorite. So just in general with fluorite itself, It's to help bring clarity, focus, and balance. And then if you want to get deeper into it, we can look up the different colors of fluorite and what they help with too. Because like I said, we have green, pinks, purples, clears, and yellows, possibly oranges, orange colors. Let's see. Okay, so like I said, we've got green, we've got purple. So purple fluorite is linked to intuition and spiritual insight. Yellow fluorite is thought to promote joy and vitality. Let's see here. Just want to bring me through some other colors I don't have yet. Yellow glory. Okay. Green fluorite promotes balance, harmony, and grounding, often used to connect with nature and foster a sense of well-being. Okay, so like I said, we've got, and clear. So we got clear fluorite too. So clear, this is all within the tower, okay? These are all the colors in my fluorite tower. Clear is which I have in it, is known for its ability to clear and cleanse the mind and spirit, promoting focus and mental clarity. Purple fluorite stimulates intuition, spiritual insight, and higher consciousness, often used to connect with psychic abilities and spiritual guidance. Yellow emanates joy, optimism, and vitality, believed to uplift mood, increase confidence, and attract positive energy. Green fluorite promotes balance, harmony, and grounding, often used to connect with nature, foster a sense of well-being. That's pretty cool. So whoever this may be, it's definitely going to resonate to you. So since we have different colors, I need to put in pink fluorite. Second, because we missed that one. It didn't have that on here for some reason, and there is pink fluorite, so I'm not entirely sure why it doesn't want to pull everything up. Okay. Pink fluorite is a delicate conductor of emotional orchestra, guides us toward love, healing, and inner harmony. Its tender energy serves as a reminder to embrace the beauty of emotions and the power of self-compassion. So it sounds like we've got quite a few people that this beautiful fluorite is resonating to, and you guys already heard the spiritual meanings of each color, so I don't have to go over that again. So we're going to draw some papers and see what the fluorite's messages have for you guys. We're going to move my sweetie over here because I almost knocked her over. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to shake the cup. I'm going to set it down, keep my eyes closed. Pull out whatever I pulled out because I can't see. Open my eyes and we got one. My hands are so dry tonight. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to point. I'm gonna point the camera again. It makes it a lot easier to show you what I drew. Positive with fluorite. Positive. So you may need positivity in your life, or you are a very positive person. So I just want you to know, if you are needing positivity in your life, remember that you are beautiful or handsome just the way you are. You're doing the best you can in life, and keep going, because life ain't worth giving up, okay? You are an amazing person. Keep that in your mind and heart. And if you're having issues emotionally with things, you need to pray to God. Excuse me, I'm tired. It's been a day, I'm telling you. And if you aren't needing positivity, then obviously you're just a very positive person, and that is a beautiful soul to have, because we all need positivity in our lives. We really do. Positivity is what gets people a lot further in life, because we're manifesting all this good stuff, and that's what we need to have. We need to have positivity to manifest good things, so our lives go by better, easier, quicker, and we're not so grouchy towards other people when we should not be. Okay, I'm folding up positive and I'm putting it back in the cup. Okay, moving my fluorite out of the way, and we're going to the next one. Okay, we've got Kiwi Jasper. Big tower, huh? Kiwi Jasper, also known as leopard jasper. A nurturing stone associated with stress relief, emotional balance, and grounding. Whoever this is needing to be nurtured, is what it looks like, with stress relief. So you're needing some stress relief and emotional balance and grounding. That's pretty common, especially when you're stressed out. We all need to definitely get back on being balanced and grounded. And the best way to do that, my friend, is to meditate and pray. Let me rephrase that. Your best way to ground yourself is to pray to God. Make sure you are on the right track, meditate, and if you're not a prayer, that's okay. God knows there's different ways of talking to God. People are so crazy about prayer and think that's the only way to talk to God, but everybody knows that God can see us. All you have to do is say, God, I need you. But you gotta believe, like I said, you gotta have an open mind. You gotta believe that God is going to be there, because if you don't, He is there, but if you don't want to believe He's there, then it's going to be a lot harder for Him to help you. There's so many people who has so many good ways of proof to show how helpful it is to pray. And then you go from praying to meditation and to these guys right here. This is how big it is in my hand. Beautiful. So, like I said, with Kiwi Jasper is a nurturing stone associated with stress relief, emotional balance, and grounding. And it's so crazy because God called them stones back then, and this person's referring them as stones too, which is totally fine, but I got bit by something. Anyway, I'm just saying that I call them crystals. Okay, anyway, I'm closing my eyes. I'm shaking the cup. What does this person need to know? What does this person need to hear? I'm a little ahead of myself tonight. Okay, I pulled one out. Okay, we're just going to bring this on over. Haven't fully opened it yet. Ooh, new beginnings. Look at that. You're going into new beginnings, or you're needing a new beginning. So it's just crazy how it matches up to this. The nurturing stone associated with stress relief, emotional balance, and grounding. It's going to bring you new beginnings, guys. Take time to share with you. I know it's not easy for change. Change is probably the hardest thing I can accept in my life, especially if I'm feeling stressed out. But new beginnings is a good thing. New beginnings is something where you can take it and literally run with it and do better the next time. Like, whenever you have a new, clean, fresh slate on something, rather it's and for some reason this is all popping in my head, it seems like this person, or not all of these people, okay, so don't take me wrong, but this is for a specific person right at this minute. We're focusing at one person at a time here. Somebody that could have had a bad past with going in and out of jail, prison, or drugs really bad. When you're getting back from getting help and you're clean again, that's your new beginning, okay? You're supposed to do better. That's when God needs to come into your heart, and that's when you need to have God help you. I'm a firm believer in that, So, and to whoever else is named New Beginnings, and is not involved in any of that, good job. And good job to the people who were going through that, because we're all doing the best we can as humans. Whether you were into drugs, being naughty, going in and out of jail, it does not matter. You are still a human, and you should still be loved and cared for. Okay, so that was that. I have so at the end here, I'm going to be pulling some more little messages out with the fluorite. I just wanted to kind of get through and get these done for each crystal. And then I want to go back to my fluorite because I feel like there's still some messages through that one. I know I said I was going to pull more than one, but I'm trying to get these guys out of the way for whoever is needing that. And then we'll go back to the fluorite. So yes, this Kiwi Jasper is telling me that you're going to have some new beginnings. And that is amazing. That is amazing. And people are probably wondering, how do these messages pop through on paper? Like I said, I pray, I meditate, and I get my answers. So whatever pops up in my mind after praying and meditating, especially with my crystals, I take that and I write it down, because there's a reason. It's messages for everybody else. Okay, closing my eyes and I'm shaking the cup. I know, I didn't close my eyes this time, but the cup was way over there. Okay. Let's just do this. Coming through a fluorite. I'm literally following my intuition, and I had to pull one for the fluorite. Gaslighting. So somebody may be gaslighting you in your life, or it could go both ways, because you never know who's watching. Gaslighting is something that is very, very mentally draining and really, really hard to get past. I know, because I've dealt with lots of them, and gaslighters are not fun. They will play your mind and play your mind and play your mind until they make you think you're the one who's crazy, and it's not cool. It's not cool. So somebody who could be gaslighting you, just know you're strong and brave, and you can do this. Like, you gotta set boundaries down with people. That's what I'm getting from all this, is you need to set boundaries down with people. You don't have to be mean about it. You don't have to be crazy about it. You can just nicely sit there and be like, listen, I don't deserve this. I don't need this. If you want to be in my life, then you better straighten your crap up, right? So that's kind of what I'm getting from the whole gaslighting part. We're going to move on to blue onyx, and then I almost knocked my cup over. We're moving on to blue onyx real quick, and they'll go right back to drawing out messages for the fluorite. And if I have anything come through where I feel like I need to draw more, we can do that too. I'm literally just following my intuition right now. I just go with the flow. This is blue onyx. Let me get a better view for you with the light. Blue onyx tower. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. His name is Gunther. I haven't found a name for this one yet. I'm thinking about just naming it Leopard. So let's look up spiritual meeting with blue onyx. Okay, Blue Onyx is bringing forth messages for people who are needing to have gentle strength, calming, and peace. Also, enhancing intuition and promoting emotional balance. So that is what my Blue Onyx Gunther is bringing in today for you. You need to bring gentle strength, calmness, and peace while also enhancing intuition and promoting emotional balance. That's beautiful. So here we go. Let's kind of do the meditation here for a minute. Okay, Gunther. Let's see. What does this person need to know? What does this person need to hear? What does this person need to know? What does this person need to hear? Okay, opening eyes. We're going to bring this forward. Okay, trusting. It says children. Children. Interesting. Which is crazy because bring gentle strength, calm, and peace while also enhancing intuition and promoting emotional balance. So somebody's needing help with their children or having children. That is crazy. It's supposed to bring gentle strength, so you gotta bring gentle strength to them and be calm and peaceful with children. You also need to be, promoting emotional balance with your children too. I know it's hard. It's not easy. It's definitely not a parent, or it's definitely not easy wanting to have a baby and then not being able to, or getting told you're not able to. But I promise you, God will bring you a blessing if you're meant to have a baby, because I was told I wasn't supposed to have them, and I had 3 and lost 1. So it's hard. It's not easy raising kids, but you've got to learn a balance. Like it says, you gotta love them, you gotta guide them, you gotta be by their sides. Don't spoil them. Teach them responsibility, teach them how to be good kids. Don't let them be brats, but also show them that you love them, because that's what's gonna matter in the long run. Okay, so you're gonna get through it. Just maybe ask somebody for a break for your kiddos for a little bit that you can absolutely trust 100%, like a family member, like a mom or a dad. Excuse me, they can watch them, or like a best friend you know for years. And if you don't have that, then I don't know. That's a hard one. That's actually really a hard one, because I have a bad feeling that this person may not have that option at all. I guess the only way I could think of doing it is like not having absolutely nobody, and it's just you and your kids and not even a spouse. That's a hard one. That really is hard. It's really scary taking them to daycares too. I don't know. It's a good one. Good way to do it is, like I said, you need to pray to God. You need to pray to Him and ask Him what the best solution is, because you gotta love your babies no matter what. My best answer would be is you gotta have a friend somewhere. There's gotta be something. I know you'll figure it out. Just pray to God, pray to Him, and ask Him for help and guidance. Okay, because that's a really good one. It's not a good situation, but that is a very intense and good question. Wow, that's crazy. I was not expecting to pull a children's card, which is totally fine with me. I have 2 of my own. Okay, close my eyes. We're going back to fluorite. Jazzy. What does this person need to know? What does this person need to hear? What does this person need to know? What does this person need to hear? Okay. I know, but I didn't see the wording. Okay, I'm just chill. Interesting. Challenges. This is for fluorite. Challenges. Somebody may be going through some challenges. And I'm really sorry if you're going through some challenges. That's got to be really hard. Challenges are no fun. But like I said, God closes one door and reopens another one for you. You just got to trust in the Lord and pray to Him. And open your heart out to Him. Do a lot of meditation. Meditation and balancing is your best friend right now. God should be your full best friend, but the other ones, that's what. You got some challenges. And the challenges are going to be okay as long as you are doing the right thing. Don't be the one to look like the bad guy. Make sure you stay to your ground, but also know that you gotta be the bigger person. Okay? Alright. One more time. What does this person need to know? What does this person need to hear? What does this person need to know? What does this person need to hear? Oh, I pulled 2 of them. Wow. Okay. Okay, let me switch this over here. Here's one of them. Marriage. And new beginnings. This person has a really good path going. Marriage, congratulations, or you're going to be getting married. And new beginnings, which is great. That is so amazing. Whoever this person is, you have a really bright future going ahead of you. Just know that marriage, you love your spouse and they're great and loving and all that, and that's perfect. Just make sure that you love this person loves you, because marriage is not easy. It's a lot of work, but it pays off at the end because you love each other so much and you can rely on each other. So that's what makes it all worth it. No matter how hard it may get, always be there by their side through thick and thin. Remember those vows. So congratulations if you're getting married, or if you already are, congrats. And enjoy your new beginnings, right? Because that's what we need. I have one more I feel like I need to pull, and then I will be going after this because I'm getting tired and it's almost an hour-long video, so we don't want to have you guys watch things too long. What does this person need to know? What does this person need to hear? What does this person need to know? What does this person need to hear? Eyes closed, paper out, moving over, opening eyes. Okay, switch this. Heart chakra. Heart chakra, I know I spelled that wrong, so don't bash me. Heart chakra. Your heart chakra is very important because it's what leads you to where you need to be. It's what shows compassion, it's what shows empathy and sympathy and all that fun stuff. Your heart chakra is a very, very important part of your life. It's what shows you to be humble and kind and all the good stuff that you feel in your heart. It's what helps you fall in love. It's what helps you love people and others. You need to do a heart chakra alignment. Either that, or they're saying that you are using your heart chakra really well. So I'm going to post a link in the description below of some chakra meditations for anybody who's interested. And if you're needing to add me as a friend on Snapchat just for a friend to talk to, I'll have that in the description as well. Thank you so much, and I want you guys to know that you are awesome. And if you know who I am, please, it's confidential. Do not be posting my name in the comments because of safety reasons due to my past a stalker. Thank you guys so much. Like and subscribe, and you have a great night. I know I don't have any makeup on tonight, but I'm going all night. much real tonight. Okay. Have a great night, guys. Bye bye.